What we finally got to in terms of a brand concept or an image concept was to really attack the issue head on, is that we have some perception problems in the marketplace. People see us as one type of community, and yet we know that there's a lot more going on. So just as a kind of a working brand or image concept, we came up with the idea of good choices, which is, it's really about letting people be aware of that. The problem now is not that we've identified the good choices as a concept, is that we need to get it out there and educate people so that they know that we've got 17 economic development zones, we have different places that you can eat and shop, et cetera. So in a nutshell, it's one city, but it's many options, and as you saw in the video, there's a place for you here. Okay. We also took a look at how you might wrap the communications a little bit. So here you have just some kind of a color treatment and some type, just the way that an image might look, and we allowed for placing in whatever you want to place in terms of that component. This is just a recommended start. We haven't got into any specific kinds of communications at all at this point. Okay. The overall recommendations is, one of the things is, as part of this, is to go back to those people that were so nice to give us their surveys and let them know that we've completed it. We have a record of who they are. There's about 70 of them. And get out into the public and let them know what some of the data is and what we've discovered. The other thing is coordinate with all the other organizations. The East LA College, they want to get involved with us and do more things. There's lots of other opportunities that we need to identify. And take the concepts and theme into some overall strategy. And I don't know what those words are or how it's going to get done. I do know that we have lots of different audience components, and the messages have to be tailored to each one. But I do highly recommend that whatever is ultimately used, we stay consistent. And the truth is, you'll get tired of it long before the population does. But it's a good thing in terms of communications to stay on the same track. And then have an implementation plan. It could be a matter of what's affordable first, or what's going to take the longest time or the shortest amount of time. But working with the city staff, we need to develop a one-step-at-a-time kind of program. Okay. Some of the branding elements, we're developing a new trade show booth for the ICSC. I know we didn't make the show this year, but we're going to be, I think in September, go down to San Diego. And there's opportunities to meet with developers and retailers and give them the story, which now, as Stan outlined, is packed with good information that it gives us something to really sell. Some new marketing materials to go with that, update the website. And as you know, image is really what you're projecting, so all of these components are really important. And the city signage is something that in one fell swoop, you can really change how people see things by adding extra languages to the signage, by detailing out what one zone from another, and so there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to where you go. Those kinds of things I highly recommend. Okay, here's the audience that we've defined, and as I said just a little while ago, each of these groups need to have a slightly different story, but they need to kind of embrace, I think, the temperament and feeling of positive action that John talked about at the very beginning. It's really all up to you. And so we have to kind of not just talk it and walk it, we have to be cheerleaders as well. I think that's very important. The influentials, as I mentioned, they want to start participating. Tell them what you want them to do, and I'm sure they'll be willing to help. The staff has been very good all along. Businesses, of course, they want more revenue. Developers are interested in what things we can maybe offer them, et cetera. And each one of these, including the residents, need to get a story back that says this is the city that they wanted, a city that is on the move, that is making progress. Okay, the next is just a couple of ways. They're not, again, they're meant to be ads. I call them branded snapshots. And they're just little snippets of how you might package some of the information and present it in a real easy way. This is just took the map off the website. 14 parks, one great city. Monterey Park, always a place to play. More banks, more choices. Monterey Park, a nice place to visit your money. Many choices, one city. Monterey Park, the tasty place to be. The choices all yours, they all lead here. Monterey Park, freeway friendly. In 17 economic zones, one great city, there's a place for you here. And then this one we did with just using stock art to begin with, the many faces of Monterey Park, you're welcome here. Then the next one, this is what the staff did. So you can see that once you get the template going, you can mix and match and choose and have all different kinds of things that you can communicate. And I think that's it. And I'm going to turn it back over to Brian now, who's going to summarize.
Thank you. Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council.